Now, here's another, so that's working with individual sounds. We're going to study the word ice cream. So could you just say it? Ice cream. And say it again. Ice cream. And say it a little bit slow, but enjoy and notice yourself saying it. Now, every word in English has a little internal choreography, and that noticing that is to notice something completely unique about that word. It is also to feed the muscular memory of that word, and it's to feed the pronunciation of that word. So, we're going to go on a little ice cream trip. And here, you can do this for any word at all that you're working with. So please start with this sound. Say it. Okay, be aware that your jaw is down, your tongue is down, and it's voiced. Ah. Okay, now, as you say that, bring your jaw and tongue up. Okay, so do that again. Can you feel your tongue and your jaw and the tongue sitting in it, moving up together? Try it once more. And just as your tongue gets nearly to the top, it goes all the way onto the alveolar ridge, but with enough room, flexibility for air to hiss out. So we've got and what else happens just as you start to hiss? What happens else?
The jaw drops again.
Your voice stopped. Did you notice that? Try it again. Suddenly your voice knows exactly when to cut out, and it cuts out. Okay, now we're here. Make the sound. No voice. The tongue against the alveolar ridge. And now the back of the tongue is going to come up against the soft palate. Now, the first part of this is a complete stop. Do the stop. Don't do the k, but this thing. The second part of that is that, of course, the tongue releases, and we get the plosive k sound. Is it voiced yet? No. So, now what's next? Already, as you do that, you can perhaps feel the tip of your tongue beginning to curl up, because we're going there. Remember that the tongue was formed there, then it went to this position. So it's flat against the alveolar ridge. Then the back went up here. Meanwhile, the front of the tongue gets ready. The voice comes in. Now what's going to happen? The voice is going, the tongue is curled up. Can you see what happens there? The tongue is curled up, the lips start to spread, and as they do, the tongue flattens out. So go from here. And then we're poised in just the right position to slam the lips shut and go here. Cream. So do that a bit more quickly. Now, every now and again, and not for every word of vocabulary, but once a week or once a lesson, take an item of vocabulary and get students to follow you, and then later on, when they get used to this, get them to make up their own little trip. And for you, for teachers, this is a brilliant thing. Just take any word that you're working with and track it round your mouth, including the voice. That way, you'll very soon get to know what's going on. And once the teacher really knows what's going on internally, she's in a much better position to hear what the snag is for the student and to help them out of it. If we go to connected speech, I'm going to say something in connected speech which is pretty rapid, and I want you to tell me how many sounds, how many individual sounds there are in it. Okay, here it is. It's time. How many sounds in what I said? Not 4? What I think I said was this. Say it as I point. Okay, quickly. Say it as if it is a complete sentence. That's right. Now, here's something slightly different. How many sounds? What's time? 7, 6, 8. Okay. First one. 6. Once again. Okay. Now, could you just play with saying those two quite slowly, but say them with relevant intonation? It's time. What's time? Just alternate the two. And slow them down a bit and try to see what you're doing in your mouth. And of course, in this case, the ending is the same. It's just the second one has got two sounds at the beginning. Well. What's time? What's time? One more. What's the time? How many sounds? 7, 8. Okay. I'm going to say it once more, and I'd like you please to listen to it and listen to it in your inside, but don't repeat it aloud, if that's possible. Here we go. What's the time? Listen to it internally. Break it down if you can. How many sounds do you think there are? 8, 7, 8. First one? Where are we? Here we are. Quickly. So all I'm doing is really just sort of connecting this to connected up speech. And it's nice to play sometimes with those common phrases where there are 2 or 3 or even several possible reductions. Our students don't have to say all of them, but they may have to listen to all of them. And since the mouth teaches the ear, it's useful to practice them in the mouth so that you can hear them. Okay, well, that's what I have to say. My point has really just been to indicate this. And I've been demonstrating proprioception through activity 5, relating sound positions, discovering new or difficult sounds from already known ones. The outcome is different from that achieved by repetition. And this helps, and we also need, as teachers, to know what's going on in our mouths.